15 dumb things I did as a Banknifty Weekly Option
15
trader
dumb
on buy
things I
side.
did as a
I
Banknifty
started
Weekly
trading in
Option
Banknifty
trader
Weekly
on buy
Option
side.
from the week
I
it
started
listed
trading in
back in
Banknifty
2016
Weekly
May.
Option from the
So
week
these
it
are some
listed
of the
back
dumb
in
things I did over
2016
the
May.
years
So
which you
these
can
are some
avoid
of the
and save
dumb
some capital.
things I did over the years which you can avoid and save some capital.
15 dumb things I did as a Banknifty Weekly Option trader on buy side. I started trading in Banknifty Weekly Option from the week it listed back in 2016 May. So these are some of the dumb things I did over the years which you can avoid and save some capital. Number 1. Having no idea about the underlying. Bank Nifty as an index feature is weighted average market cap of 12 participating banking stocks. So you should have some sense of what is happening to these 12 stocks, especially those banks which carry highest weight in the index. It changes slightly in every 6 months. So it is better to know the weights of each participating banks and what is happening to them along with the industry. Failing to see what's happening to the underlying often ends in tears to the capital. In description, you will find the link to download the latest generic paper on Bank Nifty future for the current period. This would help you figure out what's the ongoing weights to the participating banks. Number 2, failing to book profit. The story of capital getting doubled in one or two trades doesn't happen overnight or not at all. These days, Bank Nifty options are well priced to the market scenario. Often, the prices carry calculated risk, which is expected by the market participants. So, gone are the days where you can easily find the option that are deeply discounted, which may work in your favor. So, when in profit, a decent profit on your invested capital in the position, book the profit and wait for the next trade. Number 3, trying to trade Bank Nifty on all days. One thing I learned over the years as a trader is to make a decent profit by the end of each month. You need to have diverse knowledge about the products in the market. If you are trading Bank Nifty weekly option or any other asset alone throughout the year, you are simply expecting the line to be friendly when it is hungry. Not all days are tradable for any single assets. The counter where the parties are consolidated changes time to time. So often you need to be on the counter where more people are participated. Else you are another easy dinner for the market makers. So concluding this, there are days you can trade Bank Nifty weekly options. Then there are days you should not touch Bank Nifty weekly options as a buyer. And number 4, the screenshot gurus. Yes, I was once dumb enough to trust a screenshot trader. These are non-legal advisory business which thrive on illiteracy of a market participant. I was offered 100 points in Bank Nifty each day. Being the greedy fool I am, you can guess what I would have I done. Yes, I walked into their capitulating fest with filled bucket and in a couple of days was left in the dumpster nearby. So if you are meeting a screenshot trader, never invite him to your house. You are better off without him. Number 5, too many clocks, not sure of the time. Learning technical analysis is like an eye opener for any trader. It was the same for me, but knowing too much can also cripple you. Suppose you are in a room with 3 clocks showing different times. You can never be sure about the time provided they are the only clock or watch available for you. So you'd have to trust one and leave the other two. In case of technical analysis as well, this happens. If you are using too many technical indicators, this can leave you stranded with bun in your mouth. You can never be sure about the time with 2 clocks showing different time. Now, number 6, not understanding the risk in value. If you bought an option for 100 and it depreciated in value to 90, that means you lost 10% of your invested capital. If this was an option which is priced at 50 and it went from 50 to 40, that means that 10 rupees loss can be 20% of your capital. Likewise, if you bought an option for 200 and it went to 190, the loss is at 5% of your invested capital. Thus, with increasing premium, the risk also changes. Lower your premium values, higher the risk you are on your position. This can be good if the trade works out in your favor, but uh, when it goes south, it can hurt your capital, and it always goes south. In options, often you get what you paid for. If an option is cheap, it is cheap for a reason. Yes, we are not the only smart people on the market. The feel trades. If your trades are based on the feel you get, like I felt Nifty will go up from here or Nifty will go down from here. Well, who we are fooling here? A dumb decision is a dumb decision, no matter what. So, market moves on its variables. It has least correlation with your feelings or what you think on an emotional level. So, when you are keeping your positions based on the emotion than any factual base, it is often a train wreck in progress. And I have been in a lot and seen a lot, so it is not a nice place to be in. Number 8, not keeping track of time. If you are trading options on buy side, it is very important to know two things in every second of the trade: how many days to expiry and what hour is now. Having a sense of time is key to know how theta decay, or simply put, time depreciation is eating away your premium. Time never works in your favor as an option buyer, it is always your enemy. Hence, always keep a track of your time, and it helps to book us profit on time without profit being slipped away from us. Number 9, trading out of your trading plan. This never ended good for me. Whenever I traded out of my late trade plan, it never worked. So, as a trader, you must have some system in place already. Try to place the trade based on your trading system or trading plan. When you are placing trades out of your trading plan, it means that you are simply shooting at the sky and expecting some magic to happen, which often doesn't. Number 10, break up with your losses early. Like a toxic relationship, trying to clench on to the losses never ends in good ending. You will be beaten and rotten in terms of capital. Hence, whenever you sense that your trade had gone south, exit and realize your losses early than waiting to see the end of your capital invested being wiped out. Remember, there is always another day in the market. It is not the end of the world, and losses are part of the trading business, and it doesn't have to be the only part. Number 10, not letting your profit run its course. One of the problems I faced while booking profit is my tendency to book profit early, thus making lower returns on the position which could have turned out to be good if I waited a little longer. So, letting your winners run his course is important, but without hurting your capital. I tackled this by putting a rule on existing positions. It's not rocket science, it's already that was out in the market. There are only this is how I do this. There is only two decisions I take when I'm in profit. Either I cut all the trades then and there, or if I'm confident on the position that market will again work on my side on the positions I take. So I use a 7-20-10 rule, which means that once I'm in profit, like I was in an expected decent profit, I cut 70% of my position, and then keep the 30%. Then I will keep the 20% of the invested money for the second target. Then finally keep the 10% for any outrageous capital without letting it never travel below the level I cut the 70%. So this kind of staged exit trading system helped me secure good profit runs without much headache once the profit is reached. You can Number 12, senseless position scaling. If one of our strategies work for 50k or 100k capital, good. Don't apply the same to a 200 capital or 300k capital. It never works. The reason outright could be the concept of extra player burden. If cricket is played by 13 or 15 people on the ground, it would it's fine. It'll be a fine game. What would happen if the whole 22 players were trying to play the game at the same time? The last 9 or 7 players, people don't have much else to do other than mess up the game. Position sizing without proper sense is also like that. What worked for the 50k trade size would not work for the 100k, that never works for the 200k, and so on. At each level you need to reinvent the game and make some necessary adjustments to the way you take positions and exit. Even creating good entry also matters. Number 13, I figured out feeling. At some point in your trading journey, you will come to realize that you have somehow figured out a perfect trading system which can reap profits forever. Well, this is now Disney princess story for a happily ever after. When that feeling of I figured out the market comes to you, it is a good sign that you have understood pretty much nothing about the market. So let's start reading and learning again. Uh, yeah, just go read. Number 14, failing to understand the angle planes and flat planes. All option makes on the buy side, all option makes money on the run. So your focus should be to book the profit while on the run. As soon as the market is finding a flat plane, then exit the train as soon as possible, because flat planes monkeys will eat your gained premium in a matter of minutes. It is always the inertia that pays you the money, not the levels. So when it ends, be there to book profit and call it a day. As long as you are not an option seller, don't try to play on the flat planes. It is never your playground. Number 15, averaging an already dumb position. If you are already taken a bad position, don't bring more to the game. Even when your confidence in the position is higher, the price of option dropped for a reason, which you may not be able to digest, or the analysis we done simply failed to see the depreciation in premium. So trying to win the capital back with introducing more capital into the trade will not end good all the time. If your decision is dumb in first place, no need to make it a blunder by putting more capital into it. It may work 1 or 2 times out of 10. That is no odd to risk when you already risk 100% of your capital on an option trade. You don't start another toxic FIR to save yourself from an existing toxic one. Both can kill you, at least die a martyr's death. Stoici Murik.